Hey there, baseball fans. It's Ben, and I'm back with another of this collection break. This one says Baseball Best, which could mean anything, as we've come to find out. And, oh, no, I didn't even look into it until I just opened it up. And it's hardly Baseball Best when you've got a ton of 1991 Fleer. Oh, my goodness. So let's just see if we can flip through those as fast as humanly possible. Nobody really wants to see a bunch more 91 Fleer. It is an important set in the history of baseball card collecting, just for its kind of terribleness. But again, I've opened so many packs of this in my day, and you know, the downside of this one, I guess, is that usually at least you're looking for the Provision inserts, or you're looking for the Fleer All-Star inserts or something. But I can already tell, because these are not in packs, that we have none of those things. But we do have, I'll still pull out some stars and some Hall of Famers and whatnot. Maybe I can get lucky and get some of my faves in there. But, yikes, a lot of 91 Fleer. If you'd like, drag the slider at the bottom of the video and skip till you don't see any more yellow. And that might be a good way to go. I can also give you a recap after I finish all the yellow, and you can see if there's anything worth talking about. But I'm telling you, there's not going to be. It's 91 Fleer after all. So just getting the kind of like expected second tier Hall of Famers or so, I'll call it. And it's not even worth doing like an error hunt for 91 Fleer, I feel like, because there are some errors, but most of them are like inconsequential, not very interesting errors. So it really is just kind of a complete miss. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to put together some team sets or something like that, or maybe some team lots. Maybe we'll have some interest in that. Or if I find some Teddy Higuera, I'll let you know, Al, and we can get those over to you. So far, yeah, like I said, just getting a lot of those kind of second tier Hall of Famer kind of folks. We're moving pretty quick through these too. Like I said, it helps that they're all in the right orientation, so that I'm not having to flip things around or anything like that. But yeah, there's just nothing to be said about these. And what's also not very encouraging is that I'm seeing some 1990 Fleer in here too, which is not very good either. So, but, sometimes you get these boxes, and I share the good and the bad and the ugly with you. Not just the great moments. I certainly don't curate. And like I told you guys before, I don't like set up these videos beforehand and say, all right, I'm gonna open this box and I know what's good in here, because I've seen, oh, look at all these right in a row. So nothing here is staged. You're seeing it for the first time, just like I am. Or I'm seeing it for the first time, just like you are, I should say. Oh, there's that Frank Thomas. That was kind of using as my indicator of if there were any good cards in here. So that's something. All right, so this gets us to the end of, oh no, but then it's 91 score. And then it's, oh yeah, this is a whole lot of junk wax. All right, well, let's get to it. Let's just keep going. We got 91 score here. And it's interesting because these are all kind of, it looks like they're ordered by color, by border color. So kind of a strange way to organize your collection, but kind of cool if you're into that sort of thing. By the end of this, I'm going to have so many Larry Walkers, it's not even funny. All right, so maybe they're not quite in that color order, but quite a few of them together like that. There's Wade Boggs, Paul Molitor. Biggio. Randy Johnson. Always thought that was a funny Randy Johnson shot because his face is so funny in that picture. Hey, there's a Mark Grace. Look at that. There's the first one for my collection. So it is possible to find some for my PC in here, which is exciting. Oh, and then we get some variation here. So we get some 93 tops. There's a Jack Morris we've seen quite a bit of. Some 93 upper deck. Back to tops. There's a checklist, which I don't see very often. Some 1990 Donruss. And we're into some randomness right now, which is really good. Because that's what I like. You just don't know what's coming up. But so far, nothing terribly exciting. Just your kind of run-of-the-mill expectations of basic late 80s, early 90s, primarily early 90s junk wax. But maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, there's another Mark Grace. It's a Mark Grace kind of day. And a Sean Dunston. Dun, 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 dun. I think I have 3 dozen of these in my personal collection, but now I've got 3 dozen and 1, which I'll take. So these will be... All right, so slow down these 91 tops. There's a Greg Vaughn. And a football checklist randomly in here. The reason I slow down these 91 tops is because I'm looking for those errors. A handful of errors I'm always on the hunt for. Chris Hoyle, Doug Drabeck, Mark Whitten, etc., etc. It's a pretty quick run through this box, though, considering how many cards were in here. So I guess when you're flipping through, oh, there's a Franklin Stubbs gold card. Topps gold. When you're flipping through a set you know as well as 1991 Fleer, it goes pretty quick. There's a Harold Baines. Tim Wakefield. I like him as a knuckleballer, especially in his Red Sox days. You know, I was just reading about Rafael Palmeiro. It's just such a shame that he was so embroiled with the PED scandals, because he's one of the few players, I think, to have over 500 home runs and over 3,000 hits. It's a very exclusive club with only about 7 or so players. Miguel Tejada just recently joined with his 3,000th hit not too long ago. And, yeah, but Palmeiro is definitely one of those guys who would have an asterisk next to his name on all those stats for his performance-enhancing drugs usage. All right, so it looks like we've got some variety coming up in these, at least, so who knows what we're going to find. This is another football checklist. Interesting that we've seen 2 football cards in here, and both of them are checklists. Very strange. But really, I'm sure that whoever put this box together was essentially thinking, this is a box of commons. Because there's just not a whole lot in here. Now that's what's so fun about baseball card collecting, though, is that your box of commons could have some of my favorite players in it, like Sean Dunston, etc. And then, you know, some what I'll call semi-stars that I can make some kind of other collection with, or something, do something with. So, oh, there's the famous Jose Uribe 1990 Fleer. I always like to put that one aside. And what's famous about it is that it's got nothing going for it, but people, in theory, there's a Tom Glavine and a Juan Gonzalez, in theory have sold it for tens of thousands of dollars, which I just have never seen a documented case of that's happening. I've seen it on eBay that sometimes have gone for thousands of dollars, but I think that those are, they're always like shady, sketchy, one bid kind of auctions that to me are probably not real. There was not a real $10,000 of exchanged hands for that card that I'm aware of. So if you know that one, if you found that one, just let me know, because I think I would like to hear about that. There are plenty of them for sale for thousands of dollars on eBay, but completed auctions, I don't know about that. There's a Brian Blades football card and Juan Gonzalez. So that was our first football card that wasn't a checklist in this box. And where's this one? Nope, that's baseball right there. Baseball checklist. Another one for you. Juan Gonzalez again. So whoever put this together probably didn't think much of Juan Gonzalez because we keep finding him. Jack Morris. Chris Gwynn. Junior Felix. And our last handful here, coming up with something amazing. Just watch. No, or not. Robin Yount. Franklin Stubbs. Robin Yount again. I think that's probably going to do it for us here. Another Larry Walker. And that's it. So, honestly, about what you expect from a box that had mostly 1991 Fleer. 3 from my personal collection, 1 gold card, 1 Jose Uribe, and then honestly not a terrible little stack of second tier stars. And you can't call second tier. Randy Johnson's not a second tier star, but these guys are Hall of Famers and stars there. So something for somebody. Even if it wasn't so exciting. So thanks for sticking with me. Maybe the next one will have something brilliant in it. We'll see. See you then.